See you soon, Dad.
There are 10 types of natural disasters that strike our world, and each are as devastating as the next. And it's at these times that our world is divided into two: those who watch in horror as their homes and lives are changed forever, and those who watch from the safety of their homes, waiting for the latest update, wanting to help but feeling helpless. But for a group of people, it's a time to leave the safety of their home onto the front line to fight for ours. The media portrays them as heroes, but as we know our Clark Kent as Superman, do we really know our heroes?
I'm Stephen Franklin, and I'm a firefighter.
I travelled to Spen Valley Fire and Rescue Station to join their crew so I can understand more about the life of a first responder, witnessing the hard work they put into their careers and how they bond as a team, and take you on a journey to find out more about what we may not understand behind the scenes of their job.
Sometimes they might not understand that what they see looks easy in a way. A bit like when you watch like a top sportsman, they make a sport look easy. So when you see it on TV, they're like, "Oh, I've done that. It looks really simple, that." But some things there's a lot going on the build-up behind it, all the training that's gone on, the nuances around the machinery and what we're using equipment-wise. So yeah, possibly not understand how much effort goes into making it look like that.
After this, can you do the airway?
But no matter how much training, sometimes the reality of the situation is harder. And it's times like these that our first responders rely on their team and other teams for your safety and for theirs.
Yeah, so every new recruit at station, whenever you go to your first station, you always get someone as a mentor to help you guide you through. So my mentor was called Tom, and we're still good friends now. He was at the station for all those 10 years as well, so yeah, it was always good to have him there with me.
If you've got a good crew will go to a job and don't even really talk to each other. Everyone will do every job that needs doing without it being said. And then, like when my dad passed away, they came and followed the procession in the truck just to, well, support me because they didn't have a dad. So no matter what, if you're off on the sick, you'll always have 3 or 4 lads messaging you, ringing you, making sure you're all right. So definitely, and you're with them more than your family.
Get away from our red van.
Due to our geographical location, we in the UK are fortunate that we don't experience some of the natural disasters that other countries around the world do. So to understand how our global guardians work together to protect our globe, I spoke with Dave Ramsey, who is a volunteer fireman in Australia.
It's really hard. When you go to, you don't mind, I've been up and down West Australia fighting fires. So, I haven't been to Eastern States yet. I've been asked a couple of times. I've nearly gone a couple of times, but I just couldn't get my work schedule around it. So the difference is where we are is more bushfires on that side of it. When you go to Queensland, there's more floods. So it's like the opposite, dry conditions to wet conditions. So it's really hard to pick, that situation. Floods, it's totally different to a bushfire. Because, yes, it moves quickly. So with bushfire, it depends on the time of the day, what time of the year, what the temperatures are, and what the wind's doing. Bushfire can move very quickly. And if you're not got your wits about you on a fire ground, you will end up being burnt.
I have travelled to Mraz and more, where so far this year it's experienced 7 wildfires, some which have reached up to 50 kilometres. And this is having such a bad environmental impact, especially as we see a rise in dry weather due to global warming as it takes its place.
Up here in the moors, we can see the impact these natural disasters are having on our planet. With farms and livestock inhabiting the area, these blazes destroy the integrity of their land and the safety of their home. And although wildfires can release nutrients into the soil through burning vegetation, they can have long-term effects on the ground. While controlled burning can encourage regeneration, wildfires, especially severe ones, can damage the peat layer, which is a crucial part of our moorland ecosystem. Alongside the fires, flash floods, which can be typically caused by storms, are more likely to cause erosion of riverbeds and banks due to increase of debris, as rocks and soil are more easily dislodged. This can cause mass changes in regrowth and changes in the plant and animal communities.
In contrast, some of the natural disasters that occur around the world have a significant impact on environment, life and mental health. But thanks to some amazing charities and organisations, we can give support and help no matter how far apart we are.
One charity whose story I've chosen to follow is Reach Out Worldwide. Founded in January 2010 by Paul Walker, most famously known for the Fast and Furious movies, where after a devastating earthquake struck Haiti, it's said that Paul spontaneously organised a relief team that responded to the disaster, where he noticed a gap of availability in skilled resources and the requirement for such personnel in post-disaster situations. And it was on the back of this that he created his non-profit organisation to fulfil those needs, and he continued to grow this support until eventually having it passed on to his brother, Cody Walker, to continue the incredible work they do.
Involved with Row, I was a paramedic up in Oregon. You really learn a lot about yourself when you're put in really high stress, messed up situations. Row allows me to continue doing that just at a different level. I mean, we will get into a country and we will drive, fly by helicopter, whatever it takes to go 6 hours up a mountain. Perfect example was Nepal. We went 6 hours away from the nearest big city, up a mountain, almost got creamed by a rock slide. We try to go places that otherwise are just kind of forgotten, that are away from the epicenter, away from the big major city where all of the aid is going, because the areas we want to go, they're hard to access, but they are so rewarding because of that.
As of recording, they are currently deployed in Pasadena, LA for wildfire response and Kentucky for tornado response.
And having spent 3 months in LA following the Paradise and Eaton wildfires that had the world anxiously watching, so far they have served 402 households, built and delivered 1,012 care packages, and distributed $1,141,311 worth of supplies and furniture, all with 173 volunteers working 1,673 hours. Such incredible charities and teams like this across the world, including the British Red Cross, provide insurance to these victims, and with working alongside our first responders and the help of donations, they ensure that despite the tragedy, everyone feels safe. But amongst this, it's times like these where we realise that our first responders are there for us, but who is there for them?
Because this station sees so many fatalities, we see a psychologist once a year for an assessment. They ask us about anything and everything, and you can go see them. If they decide that you want more help, you can go to them, and then everybody else in the brigade, they can ring TRIM, I believe they're called, or Occupational Health. And then there is also the Firefighters Charity in Penrith, so you can go there if you've had a bad accident, mental health. It's kind of a respite place.
I'm quite happy discussing out with my wife, and same with like my family. I've got a good strong like support network, and my mates, some close mates. I always tell them if I've been to something rough, and it just saying it helps sort it for me. So I've always been lucky really, because I've got quite a lot of people that I can soundboard off, and that helps. Once I talk to them about it, you kind of offload it at the same time.
I think it's even in the 9 years I've been in, the shift from people actually talking about jobs as, because we all have like the dark humour in this job, it's kind of like the nature of the beast, but it seems to have gone a lot more now where if you've been to a bad job, we get an email straight away, as gaffer will pull us in and be like, do we need to talk about anything, are you alright with anything, even at jobs, and say, are you okay? So there's definitely been a shift, like I said, in 9 years.
To understand more about the mental health impact people can take on in high-pressure jobs and the support available, I spoke to Laura Barnard from Barnsley Talking Therapies and discussed top tips to look out for yourself and your colleagues.
To try and maintain a level of self-care, to invest in your other roles outside of your role as, say, a psychological therapist or a paramedic or a police officer. You know, we've got our own needs, haven't we, as an individual outside of our occupational role, and I think that work-life balance needs to be seen as, you know, part of that person's self-care.
Initially, when you go onto a watch, you've got various types of people. I sort of stayed away from the older guys, a bit intimidating if you like, things like that. But once you sort of get to know them, like you become part of the team, they do want to give you that support and offer, you know, their advice that they've got through the years and things they've experienced. So it'll be to tap into their knowledge earlier than what I did, because they're there to help, you know, they've seen it all, been there, done that type of thing. So yeah, that would be it.
I'd like to thank our global guardians and our unsung heroes, and I'd like to thank you for watching my documentary.
What would I tell the younger me? I don't know, because I wouldn't be able to talk myself out of it. It's so good. Like the best job in the world.
Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got here. We got a lot at stake.
No, I always wanted to do it. When I was a kid, they came to school, first school, and I still got a little, my mum's got a picture of me in like a fire kit, but obviously I'm tiny, so it's all overflowing.
How to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got and what I'm not and who I am.